welcome to Soulful Sunday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I sure am. Let's get some candles. That's better. I'm having a good day, and it's going to get better and better, and I know that's true for you as well. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Honeypaw and the lovely Vanessa. And moderating on Twitch is the lovely Shirley. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you to everybody for joining us for Soulful Sunday. And I hope that we have a very soulful experience. We're here every week, Wednesday through Sunday for magic streams, and then on Tuesdays we have our tarot class at 9:45 a.m. Pacific. Magic streams from Wednesday through Sunday are at 10:15 a.m. Pacific. Just a little program note that this week, in addition to being off on Monday, we won't be having streams on Tuesday either. I got to go help my mom, so we've got family stuff going on Tuesday, so that has to take precedence over everything else. But we'll be back for Tarot Tuesday the following week, which will be good because we just got started on our Tarot and Kabbalah class, and so it's a shame we have to take a break so soon, but duty calls. We have chat threads open on each of these streams. Please chat amongst yourselves, and if you have any questions for me, you can put it right in the chat thread, and I will get to them. I will get to them before the end of the stream. We do not have a premiere today, so we should be okay. And I don't think I have a very long talk, but you never know with me. Whenever I edit these things, I'm like, oh, shut up with this. Make your point already. Oh, goodness. Let's see. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. Right now, that's a bunch of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale, but we are working diligently on getting our new retail shop open, and we will let you know as soon as that's available. We have a main website, and that's at arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. That has links to everything that's available through Ariel's Corner, and all of it's free of charge. The only thing that's not free is stuff in the shop. But everything that we teach, all of our courses, everything is free of charge. So please peruse away. You'll notice at the footer of every page of the main website at arielscorner.com are links to our social media, and that includes our links to our Discord server and our private Facebook group, which is where you can go to be part of our online community and get any questions answered that you need answered. Also to share and support other people, get support, receive support, all of that stuff that you need. It's available to you there. Just as a reminder, I don't usually respond to direct messages, nor do I respond to emails. So the best way to get to get the support you need is right through the Discord server itself or through the Facebook group itself. Occasionally, I will respond, but I just don't care to, because what happens is people start to treat me like I'm their personal tutor. And then I just don't have time for anything. I don't have time to get anything done for anybody because I've got so many people asking me, well, what do I do about this? And what do I do about that? And I just don't have the time to be everybody's personal tutor. As much as I'd love to be, I just don't. All right. I think that pretty much does it. Let's get started. If you are in a place where it is safe and appropriate, please close your eyes and take some nice, long, slow, deep, relaxing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. With every inhale, feel like more light and peace are entering your body. And with every exhale, you are letting go of all tension along with everything you do not want in your mind. Inhaling peace and exhaling as you let go. We picture ourselves on top of a beautiful mountain, in the center of a circular grove of trees. In the center of our circle, a bonfire blazes forth, and it lights us and the grove with a sacred golden light. we recognize that this is the light of perfect love and perfect trust. And it easily and gently burns away everything not like itself, leaving us safe and serene. Into this sacred space we invoke the presence of our Creator. To many of us, our Creator reveals themselves to be a mother and father, a goddess and God. We also invite of our the way, becoming happier, more magical, safer, more prosperous, and more loving people. Blessed be. I want to just mention the tale of Aladdin and the magic lamp. It's a very old story, and there's some disagreement about where it's originated. It was included in the book of 1001 Nights, or the Arabian Nights, although it really wasn't part of the original text. There was a French man who introduced it based on a story that he had heard from a Syrian storyteller. Known along Alibaba as one of the orphan tales, this story, even though it wasn't part of the original Nights collection, it has it's become ingrained with that collection of tales. The basic story is that this poor young man, this young boy, Aladdin, is approached by a sorcerer who claims to be his late father's brother. The sorcerer tricks Aladdin into getting a magical oil lamp from a booby-trapped cave. After being left in the cave by the sorcerer, Aladdin uses a magic ring to summon a genie who helps him to escape with the lamp. With the lamp's genie, Aladdin becomes wealthy, marries a princess, and lives in a grand palace. When the sorcerer learns of Aladdin's success, he steals the lamp and the palace. Aladdin, then with the help of another genie, defeats the sorcerer and regains control of the lamp and the palace. Later, the sorcerer's evil brother tries to seek revenge on Aladdin, but is thwarted by Aladdin with the help of the lamp's genie. In the end, Aladdin becomes the ruler after his father-in-law. So the motif of the young orphan who one way or another discovers this lamp, and this lamp has a magic genie within it that's able to grant the wishes of the young orphan. And then the orphan, despite all the different despite all the different adventures that he has to go through, in the end is successful. So I would like to compare the mind today to the genie in this lamp. If somebody asked you, did you know that you're a genius? You might say, no, I'm not a genius. But remember that you are. Within you is genius. You are an expression and an extension of infinite intelligence. And regarding Aladdin and his lamp, Aladdin, when he made a wish, the genie appeared. And the genie can, if we decide to use it this way as a talking point, can represent your own inner genius, your own ability to grant wishes for yourself. There is this magic light in everybody's path. And that light, there's a reason why it was a lamp. Lamps represent light. And so this genie is the bringer of this light. And this is something that lives within us. And that there's a light within each and every one of us lighting our paths. So you don't want to hide your light. You don't want to suppress your light. You don't want to think of yourself as being less than or not good enough, or that your genius isn't as good as somebody else's genius. You want to recognize that who you are is unique and your light needs to shine accordingly. Your light comes from infinite intelligence and is a gift to you, but then your light is also a gift to the world. So the key question isn't whether or not there's genius hidden within you, but whether you're taking the action necessary to unleash it. Your deep wishes and your deep goals, your aspirations, they all exist because they are achievable. They were placed there by infinite intelligence to be achieved. And there's a universal power that's available and accessible to everybody. It's present in everything, including within yourself. So to harness this power to make change, to harness this genius power within you, you must have faith that it's there, and you must become a conduit for its action. Like Aladdin, when you rub the lamp, when you shine the lamp, when you clean the lamp, the genius responds. The genius is a responsive intelligence within you. It doesn't happen without you summoning it, though. So you must mentally position yourself and allow the power to flow through you. And this is how you learn how to use that magic power to influence your life, to influence your endeavors, to, quote, grant your wishes. You can, when this light is flowing through you, use it. You can picture success for yourself. You can banish fear from yourself. You can banish doubt from yourself. You can align to the various desires within you. This powerful source is driving through you, and it drives through everybody. But it's only there in potential if we're not willing to rub the lamp. You can just acknowledge, my mind is one with infinite intelligence. That mind is mine now. It's guiding me right now. It's showing me the way right now. So this mind, just like Aladdin's lamp, inspires your thoughts and your ideas when activated. When you rub that lamp, it's not necessarily that something will appear in the puff of smoke, although that is possible, but more frequently what happens is that you become inspired. You have ideas born from within your mind. You have new ideas and new convictions and new aspirations that are born out of you having this genius power rise up within you. The remarkable genius of this the remarkable genius of all the ancient magi was their fearlessness in trusting the power. By having faith in the power, they found faith in themselves. And it probably took years of persistent effort for these ancient magi to reach the point where they could confidently command the elements, the wind, the waves. They could command the forces of nature to do their bidding. Just imagine these ancient magi, these wizards, these witches, these ancient people who had at their command all the power that they needed to create whatever needed to be created. That didn't probably come out of a can. I'm sure it took time for them to hone that power, just like it takes time for us to hone that power. But just imagining these ancient adepts' actions can help you to understand that in truth, what they were doing was actually quite simple and even childlike. Believing in, having faith in this power. If you were working for something, no matter what it is, so if you're working for something financial, if you're working for something physical, like a health issue, a relationship issue, if you're trying to resolve a problem, if you're trying to create a business, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you must think about it. You can't work magic without thinking about it. And that just in thinking about it, you are already starting the activity of the creative mind to make it be so. But you have to take it further. You can't just think that your passing thought is enough. You have to rub that lamp. You have to really shine up that lamp. You have to put in some elbow grease And what that elbow grease is this faith. Faith that this is available to you. That through persistent action, magical action, that you can create whatever you desire. And then the light from the lamp is the guiding light that tells you if and what any actions need to be taken in order to support that. So those of us who have taken any kind of magical training, such as in a witch's primer or any of my other witchcraft courses, know that there are definite ways and formulas and sequences of doing things which can be very powerful, but they are all based on mental actions. Even if you're doing things in the physical world, those things that you're doing in the physical world, such as lighting candles or burning incense or sprinkling powders or washes and things like that, those are merely keys to unlock different powers within the mind, because the mind is where the power is. Mind is where that genie lives, that genius lives. And so by doing those things, what it can do, if you're not thinking superstitiously, is it can help impact your faith and your expectancy that this is coming true for you, whatever it is that you're working on. Burning those candles, burning that incense, sprinkling those powders, etc. Those can be, as long as you're not acting superstitiously, bring about the and to nurture the faith and the expectancy within you that your desires are being manifest. And that is the genie in the lamp at work. But you see, it's the mental action that is the power, not the powder, not the incense. Those things are powerful if they can stimulate the right kind of mental response. So this idea of these ancient magi, don't think of them as being more powerful than you. Don't think of them as being something that's so lofty that they're beyond what you're capable of doing. Instead, you want to internalize them and use them as guideposts, these ideas, these images of these ancient adepts as guideposts, so that you can remind yourself that if they can do it, so can I. Whatever they did, I can do also. I have access to the same power that they have. There's only one power. There's only one life. There's only one presence, and it's accessible to all. And therefore, I'm going to use them as an inspiration to remember what I can do. Imagining the significance of this idea doesn't really require as much effort as you think it does. Think about Aladdin. Aladdin rubbed the lamp and knew that the genie would come out. He expected the genie to appear, expected the genie to fulfill his wishes. And though Aladdin is a mythical character, we recognize that it's a representation of, a symbol for a very real power that exists within you. Yes, it's dormant most of the time, but it doesn't need to be. All it needs is a little coaxing. All it needs is a little rubbing up and shining up that lamp, polishing up that lamp in order to release it. And that's why we have exercises and things that we do on a regular basis. Those are the little rag that shines up the lamp. You can think of the lamp as being your aura, if you will, and you're going to shine up your aura. And you can think of the genie as being that kundalini force in the base of your spine that rises up and comes out when you shine up that aura, and then grants you whatever it is that you desire. Aladdin this power within you is ready for you. It's available to you right where you are. It's the same power that the Magi believed in and worked with. It's the same power that the Magi worked with, and it doesn't age. It's not like there's this ancient power and it's like kind of lost its luster because it's so old. It's just as new now as it was then. The power that can create flowers out of the ground is just as potent now as it was thousands of years ago. And it's that same power that exists within you. So take out your lamp and shine it. Polish it up with faith, with conviction, with gratitude, with acceptance. Use your feelings. Use your imagination. Don't think about necessarily even the outcome, that, oh, I wonder if this is going to work. Just get into the process of it. Use your mind as a channel for that real power. That real power. And remind yourself that that power comes from a universal source. That the wick of your lamp is immersed in the oil of that universal source. It derives its power from infinity. And because the source is infinite, it doesn't ever go away. You can never use it up. There's always enough oil for your lamp. You want to make sure that your lamp is always well maintained, always shining. You think about if you think about an old oil lamp like what we used to have in the turn of the century, between the 19th and 20th centuries, they used to put a globe on those lamps, and that globe not only would protect the flame and protect you from the flame, but it would also amplify the flame. So you can think of your lamp as having that kind of a globe as well, and you want to make sure that that globe is clear, to let the light shine brightly through you and amplify all of that power that is rising up from you. The light itself and the oil that fuels it have always been provided to you by the force of life itself. It's always been there in potential, and that's where that coiled serpent concept at the base of your spine comes. That it's not that it was never there, it's just you didn't know it was there, and so it just slept. But once it's awakened, it rises up and it brings you what you want. So your task is to consciously connect your mind with the divine force within you. The infinite's good and perfect creation is already within you. And it's just about you learning how to shine up the lamp and allow that light to shine from within. The writer Robert Louis Stevenson used to talk about his little mental helpers that assisted him, even in his sleep, and likely continued to do so when he was awake. He trusted in these little helpers. This was his version of Aladdin. It was his version of the genie. And you can trust in your own inner helper, your own inner genius. Before sleep, you can let yourself go to sleep and tell that genie within you what you want, what you need it to manifest. And then when you take that idea into sleep with you, that's when the genie is awake the most, because you're not there interfering. And then when you awaken, you'll probably wake up with fresh new ideas about what to do in regards to either your goal or your problem. This is a way of awakening that genie within you, is actually by taking something into sleep with you. I just had somebody on one of my YouTube videos where I was talking about taking an idea into sleep with you, taking like a mantra into sleep with you. She said, well, I have such a hard time falling asleep. I'm sure this would make it worse. And I thought to myself, or maybe it would make it better. How do you know? You didn't try it yet. You just assumed, you already decided it wasn't going to work for you. I'm sure this isn't going to work for me. I'm sure this is going to make it worse. But how many times do we do that? We hear things like this and we say, well, that's never going to work for me. Or I'm special, I'm different. I can't have things work out for me because ... And then we have a story about why nothing works for us. Don't do that to yourself. Don't allow, because then what are you telling the genie? Nothing ever works for me. And the genie says, your wish is my command. If that's what you want, you're the master. I have to obey you. And there we have it. And that's misusing our power. So don't misuse your power. Tell the genie what you do want. And if you don't want something, tell your genie very clearly what you want eliminated and what you want in its place. There's so many different inventors and writers and mathematicians who credit their ideas to this same phenomenon of, I just gone to sleep with this idea in my mind, and I woke up and I saw the answer. And then I went into my laboratory and tested it out, and sure enough, it worked. Or then I woke up and I wrote the story that I couldn't figure out how to handle this last chapter, and I brought that problem into sleep with me. They gave it to their genie, basically, and they woke up, and that genie had already solved the problem, and they woke up and they were able to finish that chapter. And you'll find story after story after story of people who have had this happen. So if it happens to them, of course it can happen to you. It's just the way it works. But we have to allow ourselves to commit to it. We have to commit to shining that lamp. We have to commit to waking that power within us. We can't just just assume that it's there and why doesn't it do it for me? Because the genie doesn't do anything without you asking it. Your mind, whether it's your waking consciousness or your deep mind, it's a tool of the spirit that already is within you. It's wherever this ever-present spirit focuses through you, expressing itself in your individuality. That's what your mind does for you. So let's realize that this is the same thing that Jesus referred to as the Father within him. It's just simple. And you can find time after time after time, person after person, referring to the same thing again and again and again. And we are starting to really understand, many of us, that everybody's life is connected to this one power. And everybody has access to the same power. It's like a deep well within the consciousness of all humanity, and it's ever abundant. It's not able to be depleted. You can't deplete this power, but you can use it, or you can ignore it completely and complain that nothing ever works for you. That's the beauty of our freedom of choice. We can use it or not use it. Remember that somewhere that is inside you, somewhere inside you, lies the solution to all of your goals and all of your challenges. You possess the strength to thrive and the faith to trust if you decide to use them. You hold this key. You are just like Aladdin. You have already been bestowed with this creativity, this genius, and this light. It was bestowed upon you as your part of your creation. It's part of who you are. It's the fabric of your being. You couldn't separate yourself from this power if you tried, but you can't ignore it. You can pretend like it's not there. You can be ignorant of it. The genie will still await your call. And you can believe in your ability, and you can achieve all the good you seek if you but call upon that inner power diligently and regularly. Is this too good to be true? It's been stated that the first steamboat crossing the Atlantic had a book on board in their library for people to read along with all the other books that claimed that steam-powered boats were impossible. I find that fascinating. So if you believe in it, if you have faith in this power, you can tap into it just like all the ancient magi and just like everybody else who's ever accessed this power. They don't have any special abilities other than they've practiced. They don't have any special access to this power. The only thing that it requires is practice, and that you try it and that you come back to it again and again, and not allow the what were they? The evil sorcerers of that story. You don't want to allow the evil sorcerers of that story who are trying to separate you from your lamp to win. You don't want to give them any power. Who are those evil sorcerers? That's your ego. That's your own ego thinking, your own habit of saying nothing ever works for me. I am all alone. I am powerless. I have nothing. I am a victim in this world, and only bad is ever coming to me, except for if some strange thing happens and I happen to be lucky. It's nothing about luck. You don't need luck. You create your own luck, and you can create your own luck here and now by recognizing that that power exists within you, just like it existed in Aladdin's lamp, and you can shine up that aura of yours. You can call upon that genie from within you and allow it to rise up and start telling it what you want. You have this ability. We have all kinds of techniques that we teach that help you to access this power. It's just up to you whether you use them or not. And even when you use them, whether or not you use them magically or superstitiously. And you don't want to use anything superstitiously. You want to recognize that that power lies within you. And it really doesn't need any technique other than you having faith in it, you calling on it, and you leaning on it until your manifestation comes to form. And you can do it. And we all can. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be. Okay. Let's see if we have any questions. One quick, let me look at this better here so I can see it. One quick question. Are the handwriting and color magic booklets still in the works? Oh, I'm so sorry. This is taking me so long. Both of them are so close, and I've just been so darned busy trying to get everything done that needs to be done, both in Ariel's Corner and at work, which is crazy busy right now because that's how I, make the money to make Ariel's Corner happen, plus my family. So back when I first came back to Ariel's Corner, my workload was really kind of low because of COVID and all that stuff. So I really had so much more time to dedicate to Ariel's Corner. So I apologize for the length of time it takes me to do things these days, but they are coming, I promise, and I will make them a priority. I have I would say 4 booklets that are super close. So I've got tomorrow off, so I'll give it, hopefully at least one of those courses will get done tomorrow. Is there a practice to help do away with superstition? Is there a practice to help do away with superstition? That's a good question. I think perhaps, I don't know if you do any of the courses, but in Witchcraft Beyond the Basics, we have something called a waning moon flip, where you can just take out a piece of paper and write down whatever the thoughts are that you're trying to deal with, and then you learn how to flip them around. So you may want to take out a piece of paper and say, regarding whatever your superstition is, start writing down my superstition about this is, and just kind of regurgitate it, sort of stream of consciousness without editing, and bring it all up. And you might have a thing like that states, I don't know, whatever your superstition is. I need the right kind of essential oil in order for this to work. And then you can flip that around and you can say, my power comes from within me. I need nothing other than the power that is already within me. Those kinds of things. And you can also take those ideas, once you come up with them, after you flip those thoughts around, you can take one of those new ideas into sleep with you, like we talked about earlier in the talk. Just take the idea of all my power is within me. I don't need anything but the power that already exists within me, one of those kinds of ideas, and go to sleep with it every night for maybe a week and see if it doesn't start to turn things around for you. But it's a great question. I have to think even more about that. All right. Well, thank you so much for the wonderful questions. Those were great. And I appreciate you so much. And I also so much appreciate our amazing moderators. Yay. I wish I had my applause thing. I used to have my applause sound effects, but I don't know where they are. That's a shame. I have to come up with those again. I'll find them. But yay, thank you so much to the amazing Honeypaw and the amazing Vanessa on YouTube and the amazing Shirley on Twitch. And I also see the amazing Dre on the chat thread from afar, although I can't see what's being said because it's too far away. So thank you so much, moderators, and thank you so much to everybody for joining us today. And like I said, we are off Monday and Tuesday this week, so I hope to see you again on Wednesday. Until then, blessed be.